intersection of arts, environment, culture, health, peace, justice, science, and technology, paving the road for positive social change.
It's the Golden Road TV show. It's the Golden Road TV show.
Hello, I'm Sean Clark. I'm the Land Access Manager with Bear Yuba Land Trust. And we're out here working on the Independence Trail this morning. And what makes the Independence Trail unique is being in the Excelsior ditch here, we have a nice wide trail tread that's wheelchair friendly, and people with mobility issues can come out in nature and have a nice experience out in nature. Along with this trail down in the ditch, there's also a trail up on the ditch berm, a little higher and a little drier, which is nice, and people walk on that as well. But we don't have the width up there for the wheelchair and to accommodate other people with mobility issues. They'll be using the trail down here in the ditch, and you'll see other people up there running. But we maintain, along with SERPA and California State Parks, we maintain both the trails up on the ditch berm and down in the ditch. Yeah, we're out here on the Independence Trail looking at some projects, and we just noticed a little landslide here. We got some sloughing off of the hill, and it's up against the flume here, so we're gonna have to get out and clean this up and get some of this pressure off of the flume. We also want to get the dirt and leaves and debris off of the wood, because the wood will last longer if we don't have the dirt and duff up against it. I just want to recognize Warren Whittick here. He's been working on the Independence Trail for about 15 years, keeping this trail open, keeping this trail looking good, so people can come from all over to enjoy it. The trail's been mentioned in the SAC-B, it's been in the San Francisco Chronicle, and we have a debt of gratitude to thank for Warren, who's been volunteering for so long. He commutes from Fair Oaks, he volunteers his time to come up here and keep me in line and keep the trail looking good. So we all owe a big thank you to Warren here.
It's an hour-and-a-half drive each way for me to come up to this trail each time. So I donate 3 hours a day that I come up here. But I enjoy it and love helping people. I found out about this trail because of a friend of mine that uses the trail, and I just enjoy it. Hi, my name's Warren Whittick, and I work on as a volunteer on the Independence Trail. I work with SERPA, which is South Yuba River State Park Association, which is an association associated with the California State Parks. And between that, and we work on volunteers to do maintenance work on this Independence Trail, which is a handicap-friendly trail so people can get out and see Mother Nature from their wheelchairs.
So one of the goals that the Land Trust is trying to accomplish, and SERPA as well, is getting the next generation involved in land conservation and ecology, any kind of field, the natural resources field, because we feel like we got to get them involved to carry on this legacy that we've started, that John Olmsted started. And the work that the Land Trust does is in perpetuity, so that means forever. Unless we get the next generation to care about the environment, to care about these things, we really haven't done our job. So it's our goal to invite people out here to volunteer. Families are welcome. I know SERPA has in the past brought some school groups out here to look at the California newts and look at some of the wildlife, and just getting kids out in nature is really important.
Flowers. We have a very nice flower bloom that is all along this trail. And we tie it in with the flower tours from Bridgeport State Park.
Wonderful. So another thing that kind of ties into that, we have our natural resources and we have our population, and they're kind of on this collision course, right? Our population's increasing and our natural resources are getting more and more limited. So the next generation is going to have some challenges, and we need them to get involved and to feel this and experience this. And we think getting people outside is a great way to start to get that ethic of conservation ingrained in their brains. And it really happens at a young age. I know for me, I grew up in Massachusetts, and just going outside in nature and playing in nature and these connections we make when we're young, they really stick with us. So I just think it's important to get kids out here and looking at the wildflowers and the California newts and identifying some, there's madrone and manzanita and buckeye and some native plants, California bay. And we just want to encourage people to get families outside and get the next generation involved.
And if people would like more information to volunteer or contact you or make a donation, how can they do that?
Yes, they can find us on the website, bylt.org, and the SERPA website?
SERPA is SERPA. I'm sorry. Anyhow, we have a website along with state parks, and there's information on there on how to contact them.
Great. Thank you so much for your time and an amazing trip down the Independence Trail.
Thank you.
Our
So as I mentioned, the land access manager for Bear Yuba Land Trust, and this trail, the Independence Trail, goes on California State Park property and on Land Trust property. And if you're out here walking the trail, you would kind of be none the wiser when one ownership starts and another one ends. And we work great with California State Parks and with SERPA to keep this trail maintained and to keep this trail open, but it does need a lot of help. Part of it is because of all the lumber and the wood that over time has degraded, and we need to get it replaced and get it repaired. So the Land Trust has a campaign going right now to raise awareness about the trail, raise some funds for the trail. We also organize volunteer work parties, so you can get in touch with the Land Trust. Once again, Sean Clark, but you can go online, bylt.org, and you can get involved, and you can come volunteer with Warren and myself. You can donate money, you can ask questions. This is a gem of a trail. We're just 6 miles from Nevada City. It gets a lot of use, and so we would just love you to join in the campaign of helping restore this trail to its former glory.
area, and sold in one day.
one?
I'm Prasanna Hankins. I'm the owner of the Healing Arts Festival. And the reason I do the Healing Arts Festival is, to me, it's a way of giving service. It's a place of light, and I like to be able to create a place where people can come and feel uplifted and get some healing. So it's been one of my projects and service opportunities to give back to my community. So the website for the festival is healingartsfestival.com.
Hey there, this is Kathleen Hilton. I'm reading here at the Sacramento Healing Arts Fair. It is amazing here, the people coming through. And the whole purpose of these fairs is to show you the light and love in the world and help you to focus on that, focus who you are. You're a really divine being connected to all that's good. And you're totally entitled to have a wonderful life and live in peace. So come on by and see us sometime. My website, come check me out, is at www.blessingscenter.com. So that's BLESSINGS center.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Ann Savino. I'm a psychic medium and I am live here from the Sacramento Healing Arts Festival. It's been a great festival this weekend, a lot of people have come out. I'm offering both mediumship readings and psychic readings. I've been doing this for 30 years, it's what I do. What I love doing most about mediumship readings is connecting with people, loved ones in spirit, could be friends or family. But what always blows my mind about connecting with spirit is just the amount of support and love that we have with us at all times. We may not be aware of it, but it is with us. And so my job as a medium is twofold: to prove the continuity of consciousness beyond physical death, and to bring you evidence that the people that you love are really with you in spirit. And their messages are always uplifting. They're always letting you know you have them, your guides, and just a tremendous amount of support always with you on your endeavors. So if you're interested in finding out about your own connection with your loved ones, make sure they're okay, connect with them, experience that love again, you can contact me for a reading. My website is www.anniethemedium.com, and this is what I love doing, so I'd love to help you connect with your loved ones as well. Thank you.
Otherwise known as Maya. Christina Fuentes is my full name, and I also perform under the name Tree Skeleton. And today I am producing and performing at the Music and Sound Healing Room at the Healing Arts Festival in Sacramento. I hope that one day you guys get to join us. It's a very healing, beautiful atmosphere, and it's usually twice a year. Hopefully we'll be doing a sound healing room again. I also facilitate a monthly New Moon Women's Circle here in Sacramento. Often we're at Sunlight of the Spirit, which is in Midtown Sacramento. Sometimes we do it outside. It is a women inclusive circle, so it's open to all that consider themselves to be women. You can find more information about me or my circle if you simply Google Dark of the Moon Circle Sacramento, it'll come up. That's also my handle on Facebook and Instagram. It's just at Dark of the Moon Circle. And also you can find me by searching on Facebook, SoundCloud, Tree Skeleton. Just at Tree Skeleton is the easiest way. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Hi, my name is Stacy Farrell, and I am an animal communicator, energy healer, and I also work with sacred crystals. So I do wire work, taking what the earth has made and making it into something that you can actually wear and you can use for healing. I am located out of Fairfield, California, and you can get in touch with me in a few different ways. I have a website. It's www.trinityhealingconnection.com. You can reach me by email at contact@trinityhealingconnection.com, or you can call me by good old-fashioned phone at 707-631-0052. Oh, and looks like I'm going to give you a little bit of demo here on some wire work, so bear with me for a second. We're going to do some measuring, and then I'm going to see if I can take this crystal and make it into a pendant that somebody can wear.
Is that a particular type of wire you're using?
So I like to use square wire, and the reason why I use square wire is because when you lay something square against something else that's square, it actually lays flat against each other, as opposed to something that's round. So if you imagine putting two things that are round together, they like to roll and they don't like to kind of lay up against each other. So I also use what's called dead soft wire, meaning that it's very pliable, so I have the ability to work with it and kind of move it around quite a bit and manipulate it the way I want to. And I prefer what's called argentium silver. So that means what they do is they take a little bit of the copper, because there's a little bit of copper in silver, and they replace it with something called germanium. And what that does is that helps to keep it from tarnishing a little bit, because silver will tarnish over time. So that kind of helps prevent that process. I know this is the really non-exciting part of it, where I'm just cutting the wire, but
Hey guys, I'm Chris Valentine here at the Healing Arts Expo in Sacramento. I first want to say the producer persona is amazing. It is one of the best shows in the country. We go actually all around the country. We're in a different city almost every weekend, and so we love coming back to this show. The energy is so good. There's so many wonderful vendors here. One of them, of course, I have to mention is Dr. Christian Torin, right to my, I guess, left for you. He is a psychic medium and a clairvoyant, master clairvoyant. So basically, if you get a reading with him, you don't have to say or do a thing. You just sit down and he just goes. He will sometimes start reading before you sit in the chair. He is that fast. And the minute you sit down, he sees your crossed over family standing behind you, your guides, your archangel, and he delivers messages from them to you. He even sees crossed over and live pets around you. So he can give you their names, tell you all about their personalities, get a pet psychic reading. And he is also a clairvoyant medical intuitive. He is one of 2 people in the world that literally see inside the body. Any health-related issues and things like that, spot on. He also scans your aura, he can scan your chakras, he can even talk to your crossover family like I said. So it is the whole gamut, one-stop shopping, and we are always busy here from the moment we get here to the moment we leave. So it's a wonderful festival, and they also have wonderful crystals next to us and gems, which we love. There's massage, there is all kinds of different readings and vendors and clothes. So there's a lot to do, a lot of healing. He does metaphysical healing right here in the booth as well. And I want to mention our newest book of the 4. We are the first ones in the world to channel nature's spirits and give them a voice. So they wrote the original book called A Gnome Story. You may have heard of it. They are sold everywhere. Books are sold, including Amazon and our website, mystoftheoracle.com, spelled M-Y-S-T of theoracle.com. Our newest book has a likeness of a blue fairy on the cover. The fairies are known as very chatty nature spirits. So if you make a connection with fairies, they will chat with you all night long. And this particular fairy is known as a wisdom fairy, blue fairy. So they have a lot of wisdom to share, a lot of ancient stories in the book that they give out, and it goes back for eons. So the knowledge is incredible, and that's what nature spirits do, is they remember and they hold on to the knowledge. They live very, very long lives. So if you ever meet a gnome or a leprechaun, they can be thousands of years old, and they probably knew you from a past life. So don't think I'm crazy or anything, but a lot of people see nature spirits, especially children, because they're open to it, and we're the only ones that go around the country teaching you how to see them live. So this is not a made-up crazy thing. I'm not on drugs. It's something that anybody can do. You don't have to be a psychic or a medium to see nature spirits, and a lot of people do see them, especially where they grow up in a society that is open to it and supports it. The Indians of every continent believe in nature spirits, and they of course see them the easiest, as well as children. And if you go to places like Norway, Sweden, Holland, they believe in gnomes, and so they see the gnomes. Gnomes actually in German mean home nature spirit. Gnomes will actually come into your home and live with you. Everybody has 2 gnomes with them, whether they realize it or not, and they help you in so many different ways. They help with health as well. If you want to ask them to help them with that, or even fixing electronic things that go bad, we just say give back to them. Give them a penny, give them beer. They actually like it. They take the etheric counterpart of it, so don't be surprised if the beer is still there the next day. They actually got the etheric counterpart, thoroughly enjoyed it. You can leave them cookies, chocolates, things like that. You can make connections with leprechauns if you're drawn to that. You can set up different areas in your garden, which we talked about on our YouTube show, Chris Valentine. You can go on YouTube, type in my name, and you can watch all that information if you want to learn more about connecting with nature spirits. And do you have any questions for me? Did I get a lot in there?
You got everything in there. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Hello, my name is Anita Dicoteur. It's a French name, but I'm from Finland. And I am here in Sacramento to do healing work and helping people and singing. We have a healing arts festival going on. and I love California. It has amazing energy, nice energy from Atlantis, Lemurian. I'm also more into the Lemurian energies, and yeah, it's really great to be here. I feel really blessed.
It's a Golden Road TV show. It's a Golden Road TV show.
Golden Road explores the intersection of arts, environment, culture, health, peace, justice, science, and technology.
It's a Golden Road TV show.com.
My main message is to love yourself, even though how hard the times now are. You have Trump and everything is kind of messy. The main thing is to love yourself and say to yourself every day that I am loved, I'm secure, I'm safe within myself, and I deserve to be loved, and I deserve all the money and all the happiness, and that's it really. I believe in that you should encourage yourself. That is really important.
Hey everyone, my name's Ishira and I'm originally from the UK but I'm currently located in Bali. I'm absolutely passionate about the power of sound to shift our energy to a more harmonious, happy, healthier way of being. And I'm here in Sacramento at the Healing Arts Festival and doing sessions offering the power of sound as a beautiful tool. And I'm here on a teaching tour and sharing how to earth naturally through frequencies which broadcasts above us, the 118, well, the Schumann frequency, and the geomagnetic, which is below us, so the yang and the yin. And this is an amazing way of helping the body naturally repair itself, bone repair, really good for sleep, stress, depression, all the challenges that we face today. So if you feel inspired, check out my website, ishiraheart.net, ESHIRAHART.net. Transformation through the power of sound. It's the best tool we have right now for shifting our state in these changing times. I hope you feel inspired to check it out.
So I am here at the Sacramento Healing Arts Festival. I feel so privileged to be here. It's been quite an amazing experience. The workshops are so immersive and I feel like I've learned so much from just being here, what, a day and a half? This is my second day, it's a 2-day thing and it's really been awesome. I definitely recommend anybody who is interested in crystals or anything spiritual or metaphysical, come on down and check it out. It's so worth it, so amazing. It's really cheap and inexpensive, so who wouldn't want to be here?
Hi, I'm Joseph Carter. I do energy medicine. Licensed as an acupuncturist. I also do acupressure, teach acupressure. What do I do? I help people with physical pain, but I also help people with metaphysical pain. We'll do points to open up a joint, for instance, and help relieve the tension, clear the inflammation, then also help them balance the emotions, maybe help prevent the next injury. Right? What are the tools that I use? Every session I do has hands-on work. I'm going to do acupressure, I'm going to do Twain-up. Many but not all sessions will have needles, but my job is to figure out where people have pain and then help them free, help them flow the pain out. In Chinese medicine, the essential idea is if there's pain, there's no free flow, and if there's free flow, there's no pain. So my job is to help free the flow. the best job around, if you ask me.
And how do people get in touch with you?
You can get a hold of me a couple different ways. My phone number is 510-524-4151. And you can email me at acudude, A-C-U-D-U-D-E, at iCloud.com. So acudude@icloud.com. Okay?
Hi, this is Steve, and I'm Karen. We're here with Lake of the Sky Psychic Institute, and we love Prasanna's Healing Art Festival. We have a great time. Right now, what we're doing for Lake of the Sky Psychic Institute.com is we're doing readings and healings, and we're trained in seminary. We trained with the Berkeley Psychic Institute, so we have a wide range of versatile healings that Steve and I use. We do hands-on healings, we do aura healings, we do goddess healings. What did I miss? We do trance medium healings, where we bring in a being and they channel and give these beautiful, wonderful healings. We do clairvoyant readings.
That's where we look at somebody and we see something and we just move it for them.
I'm sure Ken will vouch for you that he loves and adores Lake of the Sky Psychic Institute.
We've been doing this for a long time.
So come on down to one of our Healing Art Festival next time. It comes here in April, and we'll give you a reading or a healing. We're at lakeoftheskypsychicinstitute.com. You can go on there to get our contact information. I'm on the YouTube. Type in Karen Summers on YouTube, and I will pop all my tarot readings. I have 300 plus videos for you to check out. We so much love what we do.
Yeah, this is what we are.
It's a great space, and we love the Healing Arts Festival. Prasanna's Fair. Thank you so much.
I'm Jacqueline Christine, and I am an intuitive artist. I'm also an astrologer, and I do artwork just like I'm inspired by the stars, pretty much. So, also I have a platform, website that I'm starting for not only my art, but then other people's, other artists' art, and it's seriousartgallery.com. And that's where I hope to have a bunch of artists get together, the ones that are also inspired by the stars.
Hi there, my name is Lorraine. I've started the business Energy Healing and Hypnosis. I've been an RN for 30 years. I'm now a massage therapist. I use sound therapy, tuning forks to tune the biofield to assist people to become coherent or happy. And I'm a light worker on the planet right now, here to assist others at this difficult time.
Website.
My business is in Gold River, off of Sunrise and Paloma. My number is 916-798-1199. Give me a call.
And you had a great time this weekend, right?
Loved it.
Awesome.
The Healing Art Festival was just amazing.
Well, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Susan Langley, and I am the founder of Lightweavers Academy in Citrus Heights, California. And we are a full-service metaphysical store. We also teach Reiki, especially Holy Fire Reiki. And George Taylor is performing a Holy Fire Reiki session under the pyramid. And so that's one of the things we do at Lightweavers. So thank you.
Now we're getting ready for our mother drum encounter. It's a mother drum encounter. The thing about the mother drum is it's the only instrument that is designed to be played as a group, not as a singular. So unlike a drum circle where the energy rotates around the circle and you're trying to create an orchestral effect, in other words, the sum of the parts at least equals a whole, with the mother, you get people gathered around it, you can actually get a rebound of the energy where you're creating more than you're putting in. And it actually comes back to you as energy that you can use in other ways. Very magical piece, something not most folks have experienced, and it's what we're going to show everybody this afternoon. Those different energetic states, what you do to create those will either take away energy or release energy. You cannot create more than you have. Well, we've just proven that incorrect. Metaphysically, yes, you can. But the fact is the rules do apply in a certain state, because what we're getting is a bleed over between a metaphysical state and a physical state. and it bleeds both directions, and that's where those discrepancies can occur. Never thought you'd get a lecture like this, did you? And that's kind of the beauty of it. So when you think of, for example, like the human spirit, of course, it's an energetic state. Energy can either be created or can be destroyed. It can only be transformed. And what this is a very transformative vehicle because you can use it to create things. So, for instance, if we all come in, same thing, very low, just everybody hop on in, a little faster rhythm this time. Okay, notice the field sets up now. But what's interesting is even at this low volume, now imagine doing this and doing a guided meditation over the top of it. Now here's, and notice it doesn't take much to build the field up. And you can work with it, you can guide people through it, you can use it to create energy, you can use it to ground. All of it works just off this simple field. Now this is a low volume, high repetition. So what we're going to do is we're going to slow it down. This is harder than it looks. Fast is easy, slow is hard for Western folk. I'm Western folk, so I know.
My name is Wendy Angelina.
Go ahead again, please.
Hi, my name is Wendy Angelina. I'm here at the Holistic Fair in Sacramento at the Masonic Temple. I'm a transformational artist that utilizes sound healing, toning, language of light, coding, removing implants, and pouring energies from the body and raising your consciousness and transformational breath work. I really enjoyed the festival. I have great networking and meeting new people and getting myself out there. They're fantastic healers and artists here. And I'm with my friend Sabrina, who's a very talented Reiki therapist and aromatherapist also.
Hi, I'm Sabrina. This is my first time here at the Healing Arts Festival in Sacramento, and I can tell you I'm just overwhelmed with joy. There's everything here for everybody. The people here are super friendly. You just can't miss it. You gotta come down.
It's a lot of fun.
It's wonderful.
My name is Drake Bear Steven, and I'm here at the Holistic Show today sharing some of my gifts that I offer. One of those is shamanic energy medicine, where I combine energy medicine with shamanic techniques, and I also incorporate past life therapies with that as a hypnotherapist. I'm also an author of a book called Soul Sex, which is about the alchemy of sexual and gender identities and the new fluidity that's coming in with the 21st century. So lots of different things, and if you're interested in contacting me, my website is Drake Enterprises, as in INNERPRIZES .com, and my number is 925-348-3336. So thank you for listening today.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I'm a vendor here at the Metaphysical Show, and I do this for a living. I sell gems, crystals, minerals, and we're also having a great show in Grass Valley in 2 weeks, the Nevada County Gem and Mineral Show at the fairgrounds. And here's an example of something I really like. This is gold-colored fluorite from Spain. It's extremely rare. And you don't see fluorite in gold. You usually see it in green or purple. So that's what makes this so rare. And if you look around, you can see quite a bit of things. Website. There's a website, ncgms.org. That is the website of the Nevada County Gem and Mineral Society. And that'll also tell you about our show. There's a Facebook page for the Gem and Mineral Society, Nevada County Gem and Mineral Society. And you'll see posters and flyers all over town and ads in the paper.
Gonna step into the river, yeah. Wash my wasted youth. Keep my restless soul there.
Hi, welcome to Fright Night. I'm Kat Kress, the venue coordinator at the Miners Foundry, and this is our annual Halloween celebration.
Welcome to Fright Night. Oh my, what a fabulous affair. The costumes, the joy, the people having. It's year after year I've been coming and volunteering here at KVMR too. And the Foundry has provided such a wonderful space and decorations. And people from all over, Auburn, Gold Flat, just many people coming to this area to join in to this wonderful occasion. After all these years, I think this is probably one of the best. There has been more people here. Anyway, thank you for being here. Come again.
Adeus meu lírio verde, adeus meu lírio verde, vamos embora pra Luanda. Adeus meu lírio verde, adeus meu lírio verde, adeus meu lírio verde, vamos embora pra Luanda. Adeus meu lírio verde. Primeiro que eu gosto, sabe? جعلنا هات الهوان وحرام عليك وانتي لي واد جدتي Adeus meu lírio verde, adeus meu lírio verde, vamos embora pra Luanda. Adeus meu lírio verde, adeus meu lírio verde, adeus meu lírio verde, vamos embora pra Luanda. Adeus meu lírio verde.
So kiss me hard before we go. That is all I need to know. Waiting for the wind to blow. Push my heart and rock us so let go. Nothing else to do. Maybe there's more than we need there. All you good people shout on and then go and go and go and go. And if you can't turn the world, then the world can't be turned. And if you turn the world, then the world will turn. And if you can't turn the world, then the world can't be turned. And if you turn the world, then the world will turn. Now there's scales in your eyes, and you know the truth and lies. It is just before your eyes, shining on that federal sky, holding on with all our might. Trying to make it home tonight, win the war without a fight. And let the darkness be alright, and let everything just be alright. Let it burn, turn Show. Yes, it's a golden road TV show. Well, we've got it all going on here. It's a golden road TV show.com. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
I can't imagine us as a community letting this building go and not be available for our children and grandchildren and their children.
We went to kindergarten in this building 100 years ago.
No, 1949.
Okay.
Our school, love you all. Just save our building.
A 1905 historic building. It's one of the oldest school buildings in the state of California, even in the western United States. So for us to let it deteriorate or not use it, that wouldn't be such a smart thing.
The architecture is special. There's really only a few buildings in our community that have this kind of iconic attraction.
There's just so much history and so many memories in that building by people that attended school there and also have worked there over the years.
My mother, who is 97 years old now, went from first grade through 8th grade in this school.
We both remember how wonderful the high school was when it was a big, beautiful monument up on that hill right down from the queue, and it was gorgeous, and it's gone. And once things are gone, they're gone forever.
Out of all the hearts today that were made, this one's my favorite. I didn't write it. I don't know who did, there's no name on it, but it says the future belongs to those who see possibilities before they become obvious, I believe. And I just really think that captures the essence of what we're doing today, is trying to imagine those possibilities and really believing that it may happen.
My name is Kevin Danaher, and we're here in Quincy, California. It's the county seat of Plumas County. Plumas County is one of the northeast counties of California. It's bigger than Yosemite and bigger than Yellowstone. More mammal species, way more plant species, more nesting bird species. It's the Feather River, all three branches, the headwaters of the California water system. Over 20 million people get water from here in Plumas County from our Feather River. We have the largest alpine valley in the Western Hemisphere, Sierra Valley. We have the first reservoir of the California water system, Antelope Lake. It's a beautiful, massive piece of nature. 70% of the county is national forest. So we, the people, own the majority of our county. That's totally unique. So here, the site we're at is the original school building of the county. It was built in 1905, beautiful building. It's currently vacant. It's been vacant for a couple of years, but the school district is committing money to starting the fix-up, replacing the asbestos roof. Can't do that anymore. That's illegal. And so what we want to do is we want to create a resilience innovation center where we would train particularly young people. We got 3 schools within walking distance of this site. We want to train people in green enterprise. So we'd be growing food to sell to the co-op grocery that's right across the street. We'd be building rustic furniture. There's a stream running through the property that we can put little spindle turners in there. It's off-the-shelf technology, nothing need to invent anything new, and generate electricity. We get wind every afternoon. We got a lot of solar capacity. We can actually put more energy back into the grid than we take out, and then PG&E has to make a donation at the end of the year because of net metering. So one of the ideas for the site is Eco Gym and Eco Playground, where everything that moves, they invented in South Africa a thing called Play Pump, that when that merry-go-round goes around, it pumps water into a tank. But we don't have to pump water into a tank because we got a stream on the property, but we can catch rain coming off the roof. We can do all sorts of events. We put a stage on the back of the building and have music out here, massive lawn, and it's Main Street. And every once in a while you'll hear a car go by. It's Main Street. This town only has 5,000 people. We got 1 traffic light. So we've got the benefit of a beautiful rural county, and here we have a property that's owned by the people, the school district, a public institution. So the basic idea is to have the school district rent it to a nonprofit. This is Global Exchange, where I'm on the board of directors. And what we would do is then we would train young people in green enterprise skills and have them earn a paycheck by producing nature-friendly products and redesigning this site in a very nature-friendly way. Plant fruit trees, grow blueberries, blackberries, put up some greenhouses. We have some side buildings that could be housing for the workers who take care of the property and run the programs. And we're at a point now of just putting together the team of Feather River College, where I'm on the faculty, the school district, the co-op grocery, and other institutions in the community to revitalize this site and make it possibly a model for other rural communities that have vacant space that's not being used. Resilience is the key word these days, not just in terms of recovering from earthquakes and fires and hurricanes, but also in terms of the green economy, the renewable, regenerative economy that's friendly to nature, that's not extractive, taking wealth and resources away, but putting it back in to make the land more fertile than when we started. So hopefully we can create this model here and then open source it to other rural communities around the country. So this school district site here in Quincy, California, the original school site built in 1905, has been vacant for a couple of years because it needs some fix-up. So what we want to do is we want to raise a bunch of money, fix up this site, put it back into use as, you could think of it as the high school for the 21st century. How do we reinvent schooling of children? So the idea is to train youth in green enterprise, to get them out. All of the school system in this county already has garden programs at every school. The people who run it are great. There are 3 schools within walking distance of this site, so we could be growing food and doing rustic furniture and all sorts of fun stuff, practical skills for young people, so that they can make jobs, create enterprises for themselves and not leave. This county, like a lot of other rural counties, is losing its population. Young people want to go to the city or some big college. We want young people who want to stay here to be able to make a living here. So my name is Kevin Danner. I'm with Global Exchange. In San Francisco, we had a program called the Environmental Service Learning Initiative, where we were in 7 different high schools getting the kids out of the classroom, pulling out parking lot asphalt and putting in a farm, going out planting trees. And I can remember times where it'd be raining outside and I'd say to my students, oh, you don't want to go outside today, it's raining, right? No, we want to go outside. They want to get out of the classroom. Well, because we've got 3 schools within an easy walk of this site, we can rotate students through and do all sorts of projects like Eco Gym and Eco Playground, where everything that moves generates electricity. Youth run events where the young people who are playing music, our high school has a band, they can come and play. We would build a stage out in the back. So we know from our experience in other places like San Francisco, where it's a lot more difficult to do anything with real estate, that it's possible to revitalize this site and make it a hub of youth green enterprise, a launch pad for resilient projects, teaching people about resilience. We've got the property, it's owned by the school district, so the idea is to have a nonprofit come in between the school district and the programming and organize all sorts of youth activity, not limited to just youth, but mainly focused on youth green enterprise, resilient, regenerative economic models to make this a center of activity right here on Main Street. Every bit of traffic that comes through Quincy has to come down Main Street. And what they'll see is youth out here doing green enterprise.
It's a Golden Road TV show. It's a Golden Road TV show. Well, listen once, listen twice. Oh, won't you please take my advice? It's the Golden Road TV Show.com.
Sorry, I forgot to warn everybody, it jerks a little bit. And it moans and groans on the way up. It's normal. I have a pretty good video of the tower when we built that one in 2008. Yeah. The helicopter work.
Really?
Yeah. I just found it in my desk the other day. Wow. I should make some more copies. That's my last one. I gave it out to all the contractors who worked on the project.
Yeah, that must have been something.
I'll give you guys a copy.
Now, Ed was telling us about that when we came up here last time. We were like, wow.
And I guess if the light bulb goes out on
3 feet on the new one.
Yeah.
And boy, if you don't do it for a living, it's pretty nerve-wracking.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
Each one of these is 240 feet tall.
Are they really?
Yeah.
They don't seem that tall.
240-foot tower.
Oh, for sure.
It's a 2,240-foot tower when you look out, and it's really scary, actually.
Oh, for
like
sure.
I say, they have nerves of steel.
So this is officially the tallest peak, correct?
Yeah, actually, it's the very tallest peak is right behind our facility. I'll show it to you.
So how many companies have communication equipment up here?
I have approximately 45 different customers.
And
a health hazard. Really? So the RF, but they're way up there. That's 99.9. The Hispanic station, Mexican station, yeah.
Oh, wow.
No,
then we have results radio, which is on the back tower down low, just below that dish on the left. You can see their antenna. They're the country station.
Is that a TV camera right there?
Yeah, that's Channel 3's camera right over here on the end.
All right.
And then Channel 10's camera is just behind Ed, mounted below that little radar.
Utque ant lagris resonare fibris mire gestorum famulit
get up here, what you don't realize, you are in the storm.
Yeah.
So it's not like being on the valley floor. You get up here and you're in the storm. The rain's blowing sideways. We're coming up the tram. The tram's feels like it's going to blow off the rail. We got up here, I think we had some fuses out. We did what we had to do and we got out of here, but now I don't send my guys up here.
Yeah.
If we go down, we have 2 generators to back us up, and we just have to wait until the storm at least calms down a little bit, and then we'll send the crews up. So, like I said, I'm the one that actually came up, and I said, no, I don't think we'll do that again. It's too dangerous.
Oh, for sure.
Especially when the wind's blowing hard and it's raining really hard.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you.
okay, so when Lee Otterson built the road up here to the top of South Butte, this would have been in mid-1960s, and we had a farming operation on the Sacramento River, and he took all the equipment from the farming operation, took him a couple years to do it, backhoe, bulldozer, excavator, and a pickup load of dynamite, literally. And they blew their way, pioneered their way up the mountain. So the road to get up the top of South Butte is about 2.5 miles. Took them over 2 years to build it. The local surveyor that had worked for the county did the survey work, and they'd pioneer a section and blow their way up. Pioneer another section, blow their way up, excavate, bulldozer, and as you can see the road that we traveled to get up here, that was quite a feat. So today to build this road would be a lot more difficult, be more difficult to permit, and today they frown on pickup loads of dynamite. So I'm not sure we'd even get the road built today. So, but he had to get the road built to build the first antenna up here. Started with 1 customer, 1 small antenna, and then now we've built this up to, we've got 45 customers up here, pretty diverse base, and but that's how it all started with building that road to get up here.
Hi, I'm Elisa Lindman. I work for the Sutter Buttes Regional Land Trust, and our mission is to preserve the natural and agricultural resources of Sutter, Colusa, and Yuba County. And I am the land manager and the interim executive director. And we are up here on top of South Butte, checking out the structures up here and taking a tour. And the purpose of this tour was to hopefully gain some additional support from folks that don't know us, and essentially just reach out to the community. At this point, we're trying to gain some new board members, and we're looking to just build the organization. We became accredited, an accredited land trust in 2015, which means that we're accredited through the Land Trust Alliance, and that just essentially is a commitment to land conservation and to creating a sustainable organization, which is very important to our organization and to our supporters that we do that. So that was a really big step for us to obtain that accreditation, and since then we're looking to take that momentum forward and build the organization and build some additional community support for land conservation, and as well as just work with local landowners in this region to build that land conservation effort. And this is a very rural region, and folks that live here, that is why they live here, because they love the rural character of this region. And as most people know, agriculture is a very important part of this community, and so that's very important to the Land Trust to protect that aspect of this community and to preserve that. And of course, with the land in general, we rely on the land. Of course, everybody relies on the land for various reasons, be it for recreation, for air quality, water quality, soil quality, habitat. So these are all things that the Land Trust focus on and tries to preserve and create a healthy and balanced environment. It's pretty well known that as our world becomes more and more developed and the population grows, that we're seeing regions like our rural region become more and more developed and become less and less rural. And that is just a fact. As things grow, that is going to happen. And so the Land Trust is here to try to create a balance both in our built environment and our natural environment, and just to, as I said, create a healthy community where it's vibrant and we have the things that we need to be healthy. And so So we're here on top of South Butte, and we have a wonderful view of the entire Sutter Buttes from up here. And in the distance you can see North Butte, which is one of the Sutter Buttes Regional Land Trust's in-fee properties. And I am the land manager of that property, so that means that I have to annually monitor the property and ensure that the conservation values, the natural values of the property are maintained into perpetuity. And it is a very big job, of course, to monitor that property. It's very steep, it's rocky, it's quite dangerous. We've had a couple accidents out there just with our monitoring team, so it can be a very hazardous job to do. But I love it. It's beautiful, and part of the reason I love the Sutter Buttes is because of its diversity, and it is the largest single contiguous habitat in the Central Valley, which is really important for wildlife and just for us in general. We need natural habitat, and wildlife needs it. We need to preserve corridors for the wildlife. We depend on the wildlife just as much as they depend on us. So that's very important to preserve those corridors and large contiguous habitats like the Sutter Buttes. And so that is what the Land Trust tries to do. But I will say that the landowners, there's about 13 or so landowners that own the Sutter Buttes properties, and they do a very good job of protecting this habitat, and they have for generations. And so really there's not a lot of work for the Land Trust to do within the Sutter Buttes, but in the surrounding region we are working to protect the natural and rural characteristics of this region and preserve that into perpetuity, so that we can have our protection of our historic rural communities. If you'd like to support the Land Trust or get more involved, you can become a member by going on our website, which is www.sutterbutteslandtrust.org. Or you can visit the Middle Mountain Interpretive Hikes website if you would like to hike in the Buttes. And our sister organization also does Sunset Serenade in the spring, which is a lovely outdoor event that is located at the base of North Butte. And you can sit and have a lovely dinner with live music and catered food and an auction. So it's a very nice event. And if you want to become involved with the Land Trust, we are looking for board members as well as new members to support the land conservation efforts that we are undergoing in this region currently. Thank you for your support.
3.
Good morning. I'm Ed Holbert, president of Tor Broadcasting, and we operate this site up on top of South Butte. The name of the company is Tor Broadcasting. Tor Broadcasting was started by Lee Otterson back in the mid-60s. The company was formed in 1967. Started with Lee building the road to the top of the Buttes, one customer, one antenna. And today, this site, we've got about 45 customers, range from two-way radio, FM radio, TV stations, cameras, all types of different communication businesses. We cover, the Sutter Buttes is directly in the middle of the Sacramento Valley. And so we're in a great spot to cover the communications for the whole Sacramento Valley. We can shoot north to Redding, Chico, we can shoot to Sacramento, a little bit to the Bay Area, and it's been an ideal site for us to develop over all these years. Today our guests up here is Sutter Buttes Regional Land Trust that we've worked closely with over the years up on top of the Buttes. We also work with Land Trust on our farming operation, which is in Colusa, Butte Creek Farms. And we also develop an industrial park for all the ag products that are grown in the Sacramento Valley. All these customers, all these companies are still owned today by the Otterson family.
So, quick question. In all your years, and how many years would that be working, what's some of your most memories that really stick with you here on the Butte?
So I've been with the Otterson family companies for about 30 years now. My general manager, Jake Cly, who really takes care of this whole site, has been with us for about 18 years. And I would say over the years, what really stands out is all the construction that we've done up on top of the buttes. Everything we do up here is a lot more difficult than building on the valley floor. All the concrete up here, or most of it, was poured by hand. We have to haul up water in 55-gallon drums. We haul up gravel. We haul up concrete by hand. We mix it in a hand mixer, and some of the foundations up here would take a month of pouring just to pour one foundation. So, but you learn how to do it. You adapt, and we build different pieces of equipment. The most recent tower we built, the 240 freestanding, which you have pictures of, we did that mostly with a helicopter. Mainly, it shortened up the time frame for our crews to work up here. It was safer, and even though the helicopters are costly, it was, at the end of the day, it was more cost effective. We poured the concrete with a helicopter, and then we built the tower in sections on the industrial park, and then when we did the main build, we hauled each section up with it's called the Sky Crane. It's the biggest helicopter they use a lot of in the timber industry, and we built that tower, actually assembled it with the helicopter in a day. So those are the things that stand out, just building all the different antennas, microwave pads, working with all the different technologies with all these companies is always interesting. It's always evolving. It's always changing. There's always something being changed up here. Antennas, equipment, working with all the customers. It's been a lot of fun over the years.
And last question. So is this state land, private land, BLM land?
So what's interesting, the Sutter Buttes is all private land, which would be unique for, this is the smallest mountain range in the world, and typically mountain ranges would be government land, some sort, state, federal. The Sutter Buttes are all private land, original Sutter County families that still own this property today. We have a long-term lease on the top of South Butte, but it's all privately owned. The state owns a little bit of property north of North Butte, but other than that, the Sutter Buttes, at least as far as I know, is all private property, which makes it a little bit unusual, and it also restricts access because it is private property. Access is limited on the buttes. Community vault here. We'll show you two vaults before we head down. So we'll show you, this is a community vault where we've got multiple customers where they just rent one rack of space. There could be 10 customers in here. Then I'll show you PG&E. PG&E is our biggest customer up here. They have their own vault. They don't want anybody else in their vault. They're up here a lot, and you'll see by the amount of equipment in here. And this covers all their communications for the Sacramento Valley. And again, that's why reliability is so important. We got not only sheriff and fire, you got PG&E, and of course they're really busy when the weather's bad and everything's going haywire. They've got, and you'll see they're redundant a third time over because they have their own battery bank in their vault that'll run them for 6 hours maybe. So we've got two generators to back up if we lose power, and of course we're losing PG&E power, right? So we lose PG&E power, we got to power up so we can keep PG&E going in their vault.
Wow.
So this is a community vault here.
You don't mind if I video, right? Okay, just make sure. All right.
All air conditioned, 72-degree constant temperature. So there could be a half a dozen customers in here. And like I said, they'll rent this space and a space for whatever antennas they want. So everything is priced based on equipment and however many antennas they have. And then again, air conditioning 724. And you think in the winter time when it's cold, we don't have the air conditioning. No, it's 724 because these things generate so much heat that if you didn't have the air conditioners running, this ball would immediately heat up even in the middle of winter. So 724 air conditioning, 365. 70 to 72 degrees.
75 to 80 is ideal. I'm Jacob Cly with Tor Broadcasting. I'm the general manager. And up here on the site, we do have a couple of monitoring devices where we have a camera, obviously for our own purposes and use. I have not opened it up to the public, but we also have a weather monitoring station that monitors wind, rainfall for the season, and that's viewable online through a link, and it is printed right here on this this little sign, and feel free to log in anytime and observe the current weather for this location. And it's again, it's a point-to-point system, so you'll see on some of this equipment it's actually indicated of where it goes. And so microwave dishes, there's one on this end and one on the other end. Look, they talk to each other, and then they can rebroadcast from those remote locations as well.
So there's Marysville, Oroville, just on those two boxes. And then there's their battery bank. So they're 3 times redundant. If everything fails, they can run for, I think it's 6 hours on this massive battery.
Long enough.
They're engineered for earthquake, which we're in solid rock here, so we're probably going to be okay, but the equipment's going to move. And so if there's an earthquake, everything starts shaking. These racks are built to hold the equipment so that the equipment's not going to flop over. And pretty much all the walls, and it's pretty beefy. It's built into the concrete walls, and theoretically, you're not going to lose a lot of equipment because the rock's not going anywhere. It's how much movement you're going to get.
Okay, so if you look to the west here, the other company that we operate is Colusa Industrial Properties, and you can see some of the warehouses off in the distance. It surrounds the airport in Colusa, and it's just a little south of town. So if you move north, a lot of trees, but that's the town of Colusa, which the Sacramento River runs along the north edge, and then continues on up north. And the other business we have is called Butte Creek Farms, 2,400 acre ranch just on the north side over the river from Colusa. We actually border Sacramento River to our southwest, and Butte Creek, which runs out of Chico, runs along our eastern border. It's a unique location. Been farmed for many, many years. The owner of the company started it back when he was out of college, still owned by the family. Then the flooded water you see there now is actually a lot of duck clubs out in that region, and it's called the Butte Sink. So it's all natural habitat. If you're fortunate enough to hunt out in that area, it's one of the best hunting locations for waterfowl in the state of California. Maybe comparable to some of the Midwest and back east duck hunting locations, but this is a major flyway up the state of California.
Hi, my name is Rick Geddes, and I am a board member with the Sutter Buttes Regional Land Trust. This is my second time on top of South Butte. I never get tired of it. It's just the views up here are fantastic. The history, the geology, the wildlife, the fauna, you name it. It's just a truly wonderful place, and privileged to get to come up here.
Hi, my name is Lori Hewitt, and I am a volunteer at Sutter Buttes Regional Land Trust and a supporter. And today I was invited up to see North Butte. Up here, this beautiful highest peak of the Sutter Buttes. Absolutely gorgeous views. I feel honored to be up here. I definitely have a new inspired passion to do more conservation and volunteering in this area. So I recommend anybody get involved. Thank you.
If you'd like to support the Land Trust, you can go on our website. It's www.sutterbutteslandtrust.org, and you can become a member, you can donate, or you can volunteer. We're also looking for new board members as well, so if you're interested in land conservation, please join us. And you can also, we have a shop where you can purchase our annual fundraiser, this lovely Sutter Buttes calendar featuring several local photographers, photos of the Sutter Buttes. And it's a wonderful Christmas idea gift, so if you're looking for some ideas for Christmas gifts, this is great. And you can also support our sister organization, which is Middle Mountain Interpretive Hikes, and they do interpretive hikes in the Sutter Buttes, so you can take a wonderful hike in the Buttes with them, and their guides are very informative and knowledgeable about the Sutter Buttes if you're looking to learn more. They also host a sunset serenade in the spring, which you can attend and listen to live music at the base of North Butte and enjoy a lovely catered dinner. So we hope that you'll join us and in our land conservation efforts and support us. Thank you.
I'm Katie Davis. I am the baker and owner of New Dawn Bakery, located in Auburn, California. We started New Dawn Bakery baking out of our home kitchen and selling at the Nevada City Farmers Market. Within the first year, we realized it was so popular that we needed a commercial space with a larger oven. And so we moved down to Auburn, and we now have a storefront and a commercial bakery. We are a dedicated gluten-free bakery with vegan, paleo, and dairy-free options. We are now open to the public 5 days a week. Come, bring your family, enjoy a goodie and a fresh cup of coffee.
follow the golden road. Follow the golden road. Follow, 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 follow the golden road. We're off to see the Golden Road TV show. You'll find it is a whiz of a show, if ever a show there was. It's arts and culture and history, environment, health, technology, and peace and justice, science, just because of the meaningful things it does. We're off to see the Golden Road TV show.